Oh, no.
No hookup with
Are we live?
Looks like it.
We're live, thanks.
Okay, welcome to the 1 o'clock, starting at 1:45. Thanks for everybody's patience. I call this meeting to order. The first item is ordinance amending the fiscal year 26 budget to make supplemental appropriations of a little bit over $1 million related to retail revitalization. And you want me to read number 3 too, correct?
I think one at a time on
Okay,
these might
let's
be
go
good.
one at a time. Okay, Ms. Washington,
Rose. Okay. So this is coming back to you guys. The first one is the retail.
I should say Ms. Washington.
Where
Joe.
should I?
Sorry.
Here
Um,
or there,
Sit
doesn't
back
matter.
right by me.
Just make sure you don't sit in the chair that Vanessa.
Yeah, I've already checked
You don't have to
this
worry
one.
about that alone.
There are no windows in here.
Out the window.
Yeah.
We
Short
need to-
people do that.
We need to check the video surveillance to see what happened in that chair.
So this is the one that relates to the HUD application that was completed, and we will put in money into a revitalization fund, and then HUD was gonna put in $1 million as well. And Rose is here to answer questions. One thing that has been, one additional piece of that is, we've changed the funding source on this, but there's $69,000 on this budget amendment for the franchise program that she will also do. That's the portion of the whole program, of that funding for that. So Rose is here to answer any
Does
questions.
Michelle need to come to the table
If-
too? It's regarding
If they
the
have questions
36
about
and
the
Peoria?
application process.
Okay.
Okay, anything else on this item?
Are there any questions for Rose?
So
Yeah.
last time you all had programmatic questions for Rose on this item.
Because there was an issue or a question of duplication, right?
Well, some people had questions about whether another source of fund could be considered our match, and so that's what Christie has. You'll see this on the red line on the source of funds. On this one, there was also a question as to whether how the projects would be selected. And so my understanding is once the funds are appropriated, then they would go through that project selection process. Is that correct? Through your economic
the same
incentive
as-
policy?
The same as the other retail revitalization loan.
Yeah. So typically, when we are focused on a place-based development, we engage community. In this case, the Housing Authority is a partner, Partner Tulsa is a partner, the community, the Phoenix District in general is a partner. And what we would do is recruit people from the community who are interested in launching a business that meets the expectations of community. And from that, we help them build a business plan. In this case, we're looking at franchising, so we would match them up with a franchise that aligns with their business plan, and then we would fund them. But it is a very robust process, and if you need a great example of the success of this, you can look at the Shop Zone Peoria, because we created Forward for that purpose, which is franchising opportunities reinforced with assistance rewards development.
I actually went through that program.
Yes.
Long time.
So is this a grant or a loan?
It's a loan.
Okay.
It would be a part of a revolving loan
Okay.
fund. So we call principal and interest payments program income. That program income comes back and it revolves forever and grows, hopefully. So we
Okay.
can fund more and more businesses.
Okay, what
This
is,
document, go ahead.
what is, so source for additional funding is the citywide and Route 66 beautification and reinvestment program. How, explain that part.
So the money that she did actually for the COVID loans has came back, and so then we're putting it back into a loan program in the Forward program. So it was envisioned, it was loaned out, and it came back, and now it's going to be loaned back out.
So is
But
this
is
the
it, but is
VRF?
it staying, but the citywide beautification and reinvestment program was focused in on revitalizing existing businesses and obviously beautification of various areas within our city, especially the IDL entry and exit points. So are we repurposing that money?
It is going to this program. I mean, so it is not exactly the same.
Why wouldn't we use it for what we told voters that it was going to be used for?
The first use, it was used as within the program. Once it comes back, it's unrestricted and you can decide how to spend it. If you don't want to spend it on this, we can look again for different options of funding, but I don't think that we would have anything that would exactly match what is happening here in that same specific area.
So those beautification dollars, those were loans? I thought those
No.
were grants.
The beautification dollars should, that's what I'm asking the question. The ones that relate to revitalization of existing businesses, those should have been loans. To where we're just helping them do new awnings or revitalize the facade or whatever.
And I thought that would be perpetual.
Yeah,
Me too.
but
That's why I'm bringing this
trying to understand
part
why
up.
that wouldn't have went back into that fund.
Wait, and I'm curious how HUD factors in, like, are those dollars that have to happen ongoing for this to?
Is that a different
That
fund?
had nothing to do with it.
Right, that's a different program.
Okay, I was just checking, okay. Sorry, I
Okay, Sarah-
wasn't sure if
What we're
that
talking
was.
about now,
I see.
it doesn't have anything to do with the HUD application. That HUD application was for the Tulsa Housing Authority's project for
Okay.
36,
That was specific to that site.
correct?
Okay, Sarah's gonna center us here for a
Okay,
second.
so in the 2017 tax, there was 11 million-ish dollars in economic development. That's the big bucket. That name on there is the big bucket name. And so then there are 3 small buckets, not in the language of the ordinance, but that has been developed based on policy and based on voter intention, that you've done that. They each have about $3.6 to $3.7 million in each one of those buckets. So the beautification money is still going towards the entry, exit signs.
Those big Route 66 Art Deco themed.
The Route 66 money is still the Route 66 money.
Okay.
This is the 3.6, 3.7, a portion of that. That was for the business retail revitalization. That has a policy around it, the economic incentive policy. It has geographic areas that they target. It's those same geographic areas you went out and talked to voters about 10 years ago, maybe now.
Yeah. Closing
And
it
so
out.
one of those was the 36th Street North area, which is, I think, where this program would be funded. So this is, I think it does meet the location requirements of the economic incentive policy. And so what finance has brought back to you today is originally, this program, when it was proposed a couple weeks ago, was gonna be funded by a different funding source. Your other budget item that you have on your agenda for that housing, program that Rose will talk to you about in a second, that was being funded through the commercial revitalization fund, so you didn't feel like that matched. So by switching the funding sources, it better aligns to the voter intention of this funding source. And I believe this one, you said it was a loan, a revolving loan.
It was COVID loans, yeah.
So you did the COVID loans to help on those, it was the business resilience and recovery loans. They've come back. And then this program too is a revolving program as well. So these two can come back into that. Does that help at all?
Oh, yeah, it
Yeah, that
does.
helps.
If they're revolving, we can change the use every time?
So legally, the first time it goes out, it needs to align with the,
What we
with the
said
ordinance and
originally.
what you said. When it so, cause you can put those things out as grants or as loans, this is your language and your ordinance, it's really broad, so, when it comes back, it's a policy decision on whether you want it to return to those loans or not, so that's the policy decision you're making.
Well, it goes beyond that, though. The loan element is one. It seems like we're also deciding whether or not we want to revitalize existing businesses or create new businesses, right? So a change there. the loan element stays consistent.
Yeah.
Which I like.
Yeah.
A lot. I personally don't know if we're done revitalizing existing businesses yet. I think we have a long way to go. But I'm not necessarily opposed to,
But the ones
Doing
we've
one
done so
iteration
far,
of-
where have they been located?
The,
There was a boundary, right?
there was an initial, effort on the BRT, although I don't know that any deployed there.
Well,
then
initially
there
it
was the
totally
recovery.
Peoria.
Yeah.
You know, up and down Peoria, and then
Well,
it
and 11th
expanded
Street.
to, well, then it expanded to destination districts. And so it has changed, I think, one last time. And so it is, there's a wider.
Aligns with the
territory.
retail market strategy locations.
yep,
You can
71st and
probably
Memorial.
say that,
There
what
was-
those are better, but
No, I think that was something different. 71st and Memorial, this was just.
it's like six.
Peoria, that's what I thought.
It
too.
expanded,
61st
it changed, the boundaries changed a few times.